All right, let's chat now to ANC veteran and political analyst Omry Makgoale. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Makgoale. Veterans haven't always been happy with their status, and what's been public over the years has been some disgruntlement. Do you agree with the positive side coming through from the president and the new leadership, saying that the Veterans League could be crucial in helping the ANC renew?
Yes, it will be crucial. It will depend on what they do at the moment, what they're going to do as a way forward. Because the key issue in my mind is that there is corruption in the ANC and there is corruption in the state. So the Veterans League, if they can manage to help to address corruption in the ANC and corruption in the state, then it will be a step forward. But if the veterans are not going to be in a position to address the corruption in the ANC, inside the ANC, and the corruption in the state, and restore the state infrastructure, ESCOM, Transnet, Denel, all those institutions, if they're not going to manage to restore them, they will just be a talking shop. They will not be making any meaningful input.
Well, does history suggest that they could make meaningful input?
Yes, they can if they are committed to do something about it, move away from just rhetoric, from political rhetoric to actual concrete action as to how to address corruption inside the ANC. We have at the moment in the Zondo Commission about 90 members of ANC who were mentioned in the Zondo Commission. Those people are still in offices. Those people are still, some of them are still ministers. So unless we start acting and removing them, people who are implicated in state capture, they get removed. If they don't get removed, it's just rhetoric, and then nothing will improve. So the situation will remain the same with a wonderful rhetoric. So they have to act. Concrete actions to clean the ANC, concrete actions to clean the state is required. Otherwise, they'll just become another talking shop.
Especially with the display we saw yesterday in support of the EFF. I mean, some would say, how can the League possibly help the ANC? Of course, we're heading towards an election, especially when the real political force in this country seems to be young people, many of them disillusioned and many of them unemployed.
Yes, that's true. And because the ANC Youth League, since Malema left, Malema and Shivambu left, has never really recovered. And it has not recovered because the youth that were involved in the ANC were more concerned with tenders and the slates, factions between this faction and this faction. So, and the youth in the ANC are still, they've not yet recovered. And Colin Makgoale, the current Youth League leader, I don't think he's grasped the problem as it is at the moment. So the youth support in South Africa is still with the EFF. Until we renew the ANC Youth League, and I believe we can renew it by changing how we elect leaders inside the ANC Youth League. Because the current Youth League was elected by delegates, and the delegates are the minority in the ANC. 2% of ANC members that elect leaders. So 98% of the members are left out in the ledge. And that 98%, some there are some of the great talents that are there. But because they are not favored, they end up being ostracized and being outside. So I don't think that the ANC Youth League, as it is at the moment, will recover the support that Malema took. And the Veterans League will help to renew if it can understand that we should change how we elect leaders inside the ANC. Otherwise, there'll just be another talking shop with a rhetoric all the time, but without nothing concrete to save the ANC.
All right, action needed. Thank you very much, ANC veteran and political analyst Omry Makgoale.